Hi ladies, I'm here to show you how to make the first mini book, this one here, which is the one that's folded from a 12 by 12 sheet of cardstock or patterned thick paper if you've got it and you want to use it. Okay, so what you need to do first is on your score board is you need to score 3 inches, 6 inches and 9 inches. So 3 inches, 6 inches and 9 inches. Rotate your paper 90 degrees and then you need to score 4 inches and 8 inches. Okay, so just that again. 3, 6, 9. Rotate your paper 90 degrees and 4 and 8 inches. Okay, turn it back to the first way that you did 3, 6, 9 and 12, and what you want to do is you want to cut from the bottom up to the top score line that's going side to side, your first 4-inch score line. So you need to cut along those folds there, but as you can see I've left a bit of a gap called a gusset. You need to kind of leave a bit of room so that when it's all folded it's got that room to sort of come together. So I kind of cut each side of the score line, if you like. So I cut right up that side of the score line, and I just got my craft knife and chopped that little top bit up. Okay, off, sorry. So it kind of like, this is what I mean. There's my little bit that I had left over. So I literally just cut up one side of the score line, the other side of the score line, and got my craft knife and cut that bit off. So you need to do that with all 3. Okay, and then when you've done that, ladies, it's folding. So you can fold all your score lines ready. It doesn't matter which way you fold to start with if you want to get them going and bending. But what we're going to do is the first ones go underneath. Okay, so they all go underneath. So like that, and like that. So they all fold underneath. So I'm just going to get my bone folder and give them a nice press down. Okay, so they all are underneath. The next one, it goes on above. So up, 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 and up. Don't look too closely at my cardstock because I've just realised it's not exactly 12 by 12. I've got a little bit of a shorter piece here, but don't worry. Okay, you all have 12 by 12. This cardstock is quite old. My bone folder again, I'm going to press all those folds down nice and tight. Okay, so now you've got something looking like this. What you're going to do is these 2 here, okay, those are going to be the middle of your book. So we're going to glue them together. So when I say glue them together, we need to flip it over and you're going to glue that side to that side like that. So it's kind of folding it in half, but they need to be glued together. Okay, so I'm going to get my glue and do this really quickly. Okay, it might need a bit more glue than this. I'm just doing it quick to show you. Okay, you can take your time with the glue. You need quite a strong glue because this is the middle of the book, so it needs to hold together well. So press that down nice and tight. Okay, so, and that will be the center of your book. That's going to be the middle of your book. So now what you need to do is you need to fold the front one over the top and then the back one underneath. Okay, and that makes your book. Right, so now this is where you can decide where you want pockets. Okay, let me just hold this down. So there's your book. You can decide now where you want pockets. So if I open it up to the first page, oh hang on, that's back that way, and that comes out like that. Yeah, okay, so you might want this one to be a pocket. So you might want that bit to be a pocket there at the side. And if you do, then it will only open like that. Okay, open like that. And if you want it to be a pocket, what you need to do is you need to glue. I'm going to show you. For a pocket, you don't need to glue down the bottom because that's where the fold is, but you will need to glue here and here. So if you glue there and there, you don't need any down here because that's where the fold is, but glue there and there, bring that one up, stick it down, and you'll have a pocket there. Okay, and then it will allow just that one flap to open up, and you've got a pocket there to fill in. All right, the next one you won't need to do anything with because it is going to open up like that, and you've got 1, 2, 3. Okay, and you'll have the underneath bits for those two as well. So that one can stay as it is. I'm turning my book because that feels quite thick, because remember that's the center, that's the bit that we glued together. So I'm now to the second half of my book, and again I can have 1, 2, 3, or I can just have a single one. It's up to you. Okay, because if you want another pocket, you can do exactly the same as we did before by gluing there and sticking it down. So if you want a pocket, you would glue there again and there, and then you would stick that down, and that bit becomes a pocket, but you would still have this bit to lift up. Okay, and then finally that bit there pulls out like that. Okay, and then the back, and that's your back. Okay, so that's what you can do. Your ribbon will need to be stuck around the book first. Don't go covering the front and the back without putting your ribbon on first, because you want to hide the ribbon, don't you? See, there it is there, and it will help hold the book. Now, the layering of the pages and things, the book will become quite fat. At the moment it's nice and skinny because we haven't put anything in it. It will start to become fat, and as it becomes fat, you might find that that page wants to start coming out and out and out. Okay, don't worry about it. Mine has done that, but this ribbon will keep it all together. It's looking chunky, isn't it? With the ribbon there, it will keep it all together, and you just need to keep pressing, and it'll be fine. Okay, that is how you make the book. The matting and layering, and what I mean by matting and layering, that's the pages, the paper on the pages. Okay, I think the paper on the pages, I've written it down somewhere. Where's my bit of paper? They are, ladies, I'll give you the size. Okay. My mat sizes, I've done 2 mats, so I've done a piece there and then I've done a piece on top. And my matting and layering sizes, I think they're 2 3/4 by 3 3/4 for the first layer, and then the top layer is slightly smaller again, is 2 1/4, yep, by 3 1/4. So each of my pages, that's the beauty of this book, because you just cut the papers the same size all the time. So the mat sizes are 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, and then for a smaller one on top, that's 2 1/4 by 3 1/4, and then you can decorate it how you want. So for instance, this page here, I've only put the first layer on, the 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, because I've made a little pocket. So how would you make the pocket? Well, you would use half of that size of mat paper, and then you would glue just the 3 sides, pop it on, and there you have a pocket ready. Okay, so that's how you would do the pocket. My long pockets are 1 1/2 by about 3 3/4. Well, they're 3 3/4, the same length, and they're about 1 1/2. Okay, and to put words on them, put your quotes on them. This one, remember, I've wrapped string around. You can do that. Here's a pocket here, so this time the pocket is going across the bottom, and that pocket, the shorter pockets are 1 1/2 that way, by 2 3/4. Okay, and I've made a little tag to go in that one. I don't want to give too much away because I want you to be inventive with these. Now that you know how to make the actual book, what you do on the inside is entirely up to you. Now, don't forget your pockets. I haven't put anything in my pockets yet. There's my pocket there. Okay, because that one just lifts up there. I've done a belly band for a tag, and a belly band is just a strip of paper the same size as your mat, so that will be 3 3/4 inches, and just glued at the end so that it will hold something. But ladies, you go ahead. Oh, and I'll just tell you one more thing. The paper clip, if you want to add a paper clip, put the paper clip onto your top layer here, okay, and then glue it down. So I've got my bottom layer, which is the 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, then my top layer, which is a 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. Put the paper clip on before you glue it down, and then that allows you to put things under the paper clip and use the paper clip that way. Okay, lovely. See what you come up with, ladies. Ink, cut, glue, make pockets, make tags. It's completely up to you. I look forward to seeing what you create. Bye.